feeding the homeless. What? Why can't I feed the homeless? Why? Hello, what's that crack? What's that story with you? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're checking out things that are banned in the USA but not in the world. Right, the US is full of loads of things that are banned. I'm lucky that I live in the UK and it's kind of lenient over here. We're lucky. But yeah, let's go.
Each and every country has its own legal framework and set of laws. Unique geographical, historical, and political environments play a big part in determining what governments decide is good or bad for society and how these differences come about. So what about America? What are the things that government has decided are illegal that other countries around the world have not? That's what we'll be looking at today. In this episode of the Infographic Show, regular things that are illegal in the USA. Number 1, haggis. This is a famous Scottish dish that contains sheep's guts, including heart, liver, and lungs, which are minced with onion, oatmeal, suet, spices, and salt before stock is added. The rich mixture is traditionally encased in an animal's stomach and slow cooked before eating. It's an acquired taste, but not if you're in America, where imports of traditional Scottish haggis have been banned since 1970.
I've never had a haggis. I've never heard of it. Wow. The ingredients. What is in a gut? People are just weird. Let me know, have you tried that before? Ugh, disgusting. It's probably nice, who knows?
71. The U.S. Department of Agriculture, or USDA, has long objected to one of the key ingredients in haggis, sheep's lung. The reasoning behind their ban is generally couched in terms of food safety, specifically that fluids, such as stomach fluid, sometimes make their way into the lungs of an animal during the slaughtering process. It doesn't sound too tasty, but with a lack of proper evidence to back up this ban, it looks like the law may soon be changing, according to a CNN report posted in 2016. Number 2, hip hop and rap. If you're a fan of rap or hip hop, then Vegas may not be your place of choice. Concerts with this style of music have been banned for some time. In 2005, the Vegas police informed casinos that they would be held responsible for any damages or violent crimes committed at rap concerts hosted by their venues. The casinos didn't fight back. Instead, they canceled gigs. And Vegas is also known for putting bans on other things that are legal elsewhere. These include bath salts, feeding the homeless.
Okay, that's just weird. That's weird. You're banning hip hop on rap. Why? Why? Because you think it's violent. But like, would you not have like enough security? To be fair, when you think of it, it's always people like Adele, Celine Dion. So it's all these, soul singers that perform in Las Vegas, to be fair. So yeah, that's the reason why. But bath salts, feeding the homeless. What? Why can't I feed the homeless? Why? That's just weird.
And following her 2010 arrest for cocaine possession, Paris Hilton herself was banned from both of Las Vegas's Wynn hotels by the owner, Steve Wynn. Number 3, fishing and boating on private property. As crazy as this may sound, boating and fishing on certain waters in America has been illegal since 2006. It all came about as the result of a legal case, Normal Parm vs. Sheriff Mark Shoemate, a case that happened after some Louisiana anglers were caught fishing on a flooded private property. U.S. District Court Judge Robert G. James ruled that landholders can file trespass charges against anglers who encroach on privately owned waterfront to fish when the Mississippi River floods. Number 4, selling old.
I get that, to be fair. If it's my property and it's right from it, yeah, I don't want people hanging out. Yeah, that makes sense. I get that.
Children's books. In 2008, U.S. Congress passed the Consumer Product Safety Improvement Act, imposing strict limits on the amount of lead permitted in any item intended for use by children aged 12 and under, such as toys, bikes, or books. Well, it turns out that some children's books printed before 1985 may have been printed with ink that contains lead. Lead was a really big thing back in the day, when we used to put it in everything like paint, toys, and other household items. But lead is dangerous, and according to Walter Olson, an author and blogger who writes about legal subjects, anyone who tries to sell these old books may be in serious trouble. Penalties can include $100,000 fines and prison time, regardless of whether any child is harmed, says Olson. Number 5, rainwater harvesting. In many countries, collecting rainwater is the best way to enjoy uncontaminated water. But in some US states, notably Colorado, collecting rainwater is illegal. The law is an old Western water law from more than a century ago that is still enforced. Why was this law introduced? The thinking behind this law is that if the raindrops are not collected by someone, then they might flow into the gutter, then into the ground, and eventually find their way to rivers and reservoirs where the government has a rightful claim. Legal experts say that this old law is incongruent with the way that people demand water.
Yeah, that's a weird one. I think this law might be in place, but I'm sure no law people are, obeying it and living by it. No chance. I don't want to think of collecting rainwater. Who does that? But I feel like it depends if you live in a rural area, like in Mississippi, Iowa. Is Iowa rural? No, it's not really. Alabama, places like that. That people might know. People might like, having their own chickens, having their own stuff like that. They might want to keep their own rainwater. But yeah, I don't think it's really governed like that. I think it's one of them ones that you must have a massive, rainwater collector, like massive bucket for you to get in trouble, I think. Yeah.
In the 21st century. It's this very rigid, very old system of water rights that hasn't really changed that much in over a century, said Reed Benson, a law professor at the University of New Mexico, who was quoted in a 2015 Washington Post article. Number 6. No singing after dark in Hawaii. In Honolulu, Hawaii, it is illegal to sing loudly after sunset. As soon as the sun sets, it is quiet time in this volcanic archipelago. And considering Hawaii is one of the most vibrant summer holiday destinations in the world, if you like singing at night, you may want to consider choosing another spot. In countries like Japan, karaoke is a favorite pastime, and loud singing can be heard in local bars and clubs throughout the night. So if you find yourself in Hawaii and wanting to break into song, check the clock before you do, as you may be breaking the law. Number 7.
But why? Does anyone know why it's banned in Hawaii after dark? It's one of them ones that it might be banned, but people still do it. Come on. You're telling me 11:59 you're singing, stop, no more singing. That's a lie. Let me know why.
Holiday souvenirs. A lot of people like to bring back souvenirs from their holidays abroad, such as musical instruments, some clothing, or maybe a bottle of alcohol. But make sure you know exactly what U.S. Customs and Border Protection legally allows before you bring it back. Some of these souvenirs you want to take home might be on the banned list. Examples include Haitian animal hide drums, meats such as wild game, jerky, or even soup mix with chicken bouillon, and the strong spirit absinthe, which can only be brought in if it is thujone free. Thujone is a chemical component of wormwood and is thought to induce hallucinations. Number 8. Fresh Ackee fruit. Ackee and saltfish is one of Jamaica's traditional dishes, and one you might have some difficulty making in the US. It's made with the Ackee fruit, which is harvested from the Ackee tree, native to West Africa, but also found in Central and South America and many Caribbean countries, including Jamaica and southern Florida. The fruit is banned because it contains the toxin hypoglycin A, which is found in high levels in the rind and seeds. The substance causes something known as Jamaican vomiting sickness. And if that's not enough to scare you off, you should know that the consumption of Ackee can also lead to seizures, coma, and even death. So if you really want to make this traditional dish, you'll need to buy the canned Ackee, which you can find in some specialty stores.
What? I never knew. I tried it once, but it wasn't like I didn't like it. But I didn't know Ackee was that dangerous. I asked my girlfriend, she likes Ackee and saltfish. But she mainly buys the canned one. But yeah, this is weird, okay?
Number 9. Weight loss products. Not all weight loss products are safe, and in June 1997, the Food and Drug Administration, or FDA, proposed restrictions on the ephedrine content of dietary supplement. Ephedra is used for weight loss and obesity and to enhance athletic performance, but it can also have serious side effects such as dizziness, restlessness, anxiety, irritability, heart pounding, headache, loss of appetite, nausea, vomiting, and even death. It was actually quite effective as a fat burner, but was banned as an ingredient in weight loss products. Ephedra can still be found in some other countries, but it's probably better to be slightly overweight and alive rather than skinny and dead. And finally, number 10. Kinder Eggs. One of the most famous products that is outlawed in the US are those tasty treats, Kinder Eggs. Incredibly, they've been outlawed since the 1930s because of an old act which deems the chocolate egg violates both the CPSC and FDA regulations. The law outlines that any food with a non-nutritive object embedded is strictly prohibited. More than 60,000 Kinder Eggs were seized by US Customs and Border Protection in 2011. A spokesperson said, while sold in many countries, this product is banned from the US because young children can choke on it. Kinder Eggs are made by the same company that looks after Nutella.
Kinder Eggs is normal over here in the UK. I think I had one like 2-3 days ago. What? You guys don't have Kinder Eggs? That's weird. Sorry.
Which Americans know all too well. Well, that's our list of 10.
That was something else, to say the least. I'd say I was very, very surprised. There was a few stuff like not singing in a why. Like, are you like why? The Ackee one, maybe because people can actually die from it. The Rainwater one, people still do it. 100% people still do it. Let me know what you think is banned in America that isn't here, and yeah, I'll check it out. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye bye.